Hi beautiful people, hope you guys are doing well. As the saying goes, old habits die hard. And it is known that Gypsy, while she was in prison, refused therapy, counseling for her to be a better person, to change what she admitted she was taught by her mother. And Gypsy rejected it and continues to do so, in my opinion. Gypsy does not want to better herself. She feels she got everything figured out and that she has the world fooled. It also doesn't help any that she has enablers living with her and supporting her. Gypsy made this post on her Twitter on Monday. I wish evil to all those who wish my daughter's death. First of all, I call bullshit. I can tell you for a fact that if that was true, this whole group, this family would be making a huge hoopla about it and used it to gain favor for Gypsy. Why is Gypsy not clapping back or being more vocal about this post? Because it did not happen. Gypsy is using her child as a pawn because she is not getting the attention she wants, enough praise, and Gypsy cannot handle rejection. Remember, Gypsy admitted that she was taught to lie without conscience, and she continues to do so. Where are the receipts of this being said about her baby girl? I personally have never seen a single person say something like that or even remotely close to that about baby Aurora. Actually, quite the opposite. The world has shown nothing but love to beautiful, precious baby Aurora. People do have concerns about baby Aurora because of who her mother is and have witnessed how her mother interacts with her. Another thing, a concerned and loving mother would do everything to protect their child if they were told something so disturbing, seen it, or even heard it. If what she posted was true, she would or should have made a post to say, my baby's well-being has been put at risk. She is my number one priority. She comes first, so I will be stepping back from social media for a while. She didn't do that because Gypsy's life revolves around social media. But what she did do was try to clap back, and she made this post.
Riddance to the past and all my bad decisions. I ain't ever looking back. I'm just saying good riddance.
FYI, Gypsy did remove that video from her main Instagram account, and she still has it on her secondary Instagram. And if you didn't know, yes, 2 days ago, she created a second Instagram, which I'm going to show you guys. Nice try with the clapback, Gypsy, but you see, the point you are missing is that you killed your mother. If you have convinced yourself of saying good riddance to your past and bad decisions, you, once again, are lying to yourself because it is more than obvious that your life revolves around social media and what people say about you. And I can guarantee you, you are going to stay bothered because no one is going to stop telling the truth about you. Talking about what is being discovered in newly released FOIA documents that actually show what you were then is no different than who you are now. You have not changed, and you chose not to change. Gypsy took everything from her mother, including her life. She, in my opinion, wants to take over the role her mother was playing. Gypsy wasn't going to take the risk of being held accountable for partaking in the fraud that her and her mother were being investigated for. Remember recently in her reality show, she said she is a prepper. Gypsy has been preparing for years. She orchestrated the demise of her own mother, and simultaneously, she was orchestrating to conceive, and it became her number one priority. Gypsy said that her and Ken are unexpectedly expecting. That is bullshit. When Gypsy planned the demise of her mum and recruited Nicholas Goldejohn to help her, she talked about having a child with him. Not only is Gypsy hypersexual, she can also be hyperfocused. Nick's dad said in an interview that he had to tell Nick and Gypsy to calm down because they were like bunnies. She went to prison, she met Ken, and then you hear Christy talk about how Gypsy told her that she was going to name her daughter Aurora. Then Gypsy was released from prison, and Ryan admitted that him and Gypsy were secretly trying to get pregnant. And we saw the baby clothes hanging in Ryan's closet. Then Gypsy hooked up with Ken whilst married to Ryan, and she made sure that she got pregnant. We just learned through the reality show, with Gypsy herself admitting that when they did reconnect, she had sex with Ken 12 times in 4 days.
It's like 12 times in 4 days, so. We were like, oh, we're surprised we're pregnant.
She was so determined to conceive a child, she lied to Ken and told Ken that it's okay if he doesn't use protection because she's not ovulating. And as we know now, Gypsy finally succeeded with her plan. Ken should never ever say that he was trapped because Rod warned him and he chose not to listen. Gypsy needed baby Aurora to take on the role her mother had. It is just a matter of time before Gypsy uses innocent baby Aurora. She made a new Instagram, and as you can see, her handle is gypsyrose.ab. Could AB stand for Aurora Blanchard? Blanchard because after seeing the last episode of her reality show, she, in my opinion, humiliated Ken. Did Ken put his foot down and shit went down between the two of them? And is this her prepping for her new grift? Is she going to exploit her innocent baby girl? Then she posted, and all these posts are on her Twitter. The people who say that my daughter is a reborn doll, are they out of their minds? Why is Gypsy so bothered? I mean, doesn't she have baby Aurora to take care of than to be constantly sitting on social media looking at what people are saying about her? Social media should be irrelevant to her. What people say on social media should be irrelevant. She knows her baby is not a reborn. Ignore them and keep it moving. But it seems as though she is going to use that as an excuse to show baby Aurora, to prove to people on social media that baby Aurora is not a reborn doll. This is always what Gypsy does. Next post. My main Instagram account is verified. Follow me on my secondary account as well. At least she didn't get hacked in the process of her Instagram verification. And also, why and what is the purpose of having a secondary account when she already has such a successful main account? Could it be because it is going to be her mummy blogger account, where she is going to possibly exploit her baby girl and continue her grift? Then she says, you are criticizing my body for being in different postures. You are criticizing a woman's body. That says a lot about the kind of person you are. Stop. I have no idea what she is referring to about people criticizing her posture. But what I do want to know is what filter she is using that she can make herself go from being chunky to looking snatched. Look at this. This is not normal. This is on the same day. What the shape-shifting shit is going on? She is definitely using a filter. Why would you want to deceive the public, especially in this kind of way? In ending this video, if Ken did put Gypsy in her place for talking about their sex life on national television, embarrassing him, good for him. And I do think Gypsy would change baby's surname to Blanchard just to get back at Ken, because that is how petty Gypsy Rose is. Gypsy is absolutely spiraling. For what exactly, I have no idea, because the same way she chose not to change her deviant ways, she continues to allow social media to dictate her life. And that is a recipe for disaster. Gypsy Rose wanted to continue to live the life of grifting. She switched roles with her mum. She wanted to do what her mum did with her, but this time with her own child, and she is portraying exactly that. Gypsy Rose cannot handle rejection, and all those close to her have said if she doesn't agree with you or she doesn't get her way, there is hell to pay. And I do hope that she takes it out on them, because they have enabled her, covered for her to maintain the bag. Now, who is going to protect baby Aurora? Who is going to make sure baby Aurora is protected? Because all those that are at play, the Blanchards, the entire Blanchard family, is only doing this for money. The Urkers, Ken clearly has no backbone. And as for his mother, she is just as much of an enabler. I hope someone intervenes before it's too late. Baby Aurora didn't ask to be born into this fucked up situation. And she sure as hell didn't have a choice to choose not to have a mum who was a murderer, a manipulator, a grifter, a liar. Kids are to be protected, loved, nurtured, not used. Let me know what you guys think about this whole new Instagram of Gypsy Rose, what you think about the initials AB. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your day and rest of your week. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another and don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.